Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Karen Proctor, and today I'm going to be teaching on the subject who. Who is a function word to introduce a relative cause, especially a person or people. I'm going to be teaching from the 5W's Clarity Guide, a spirit-led blueprint for purpose, alignment, and execution. I'm going to make this available today for a small price of $6 in a PDF form. It's available today until tomorrow, 6 p.m. for $6 only. And after that, the introductory price will go up. Again, today is day number 7 of the 30-day 5W Clarity Challenge. We have been working on who. Day number 1, I posted the 7-slide carousel about who, what, when, where, and why. Day number 2, I shared a reel about who is God calling you to become. Day number 3, I posted a clip from the ebook. Day number 4, I shared a behind the scene video of me working on the ebook. Day number 5, I posted a short snippet of a teaching that I did on who. Day number 6, I shared a reflection question from this ebook. And so today we're going to dive just a little bit deeper on this word who. Who have two concepts. The first concept is internal. The second concept is external. Let me say this. I forgot to say this. At the end of this teaching, I'm going to allow an opportunity for you to ask some questions. But the questions have to pertain to the who. And if you have missed the first 6 days, I'll also post the playlist here, whereas you can go and catch up by looking at the reels and all that good stuff. So the external part of who is your spiritual identity in terms of your gifts, your calling. What is God calling you to do? The external part of the who is your audience. Who is God calling you to in terms of the community, the people that God may be calling you to, the sphere in which God has called you to? And so when you begin to understand your identity, when you begin to understand your audience, you can begin to walk in clarity. You must first understand who you are before you can gain any clarity. And we're doing this to help us to become better in 2026. We want to focus our energy on the external and the internal part of the who before we can even get to the what, when, where, and why. We don't want to be all over the place. No, we want to focus our energy on who God is calling us to be in 2026 and who are the people that God is calling us to in 2026. So your who is not just your name or your title or the role you play. It's your spiritual identity. And to make that clear, if there is a question, it is not just your name or your title. So my name is Karen. So I am not just Karen. And then I have several titles. One of the titles is doctor. That's because I have earned a PhD. So it's not just my name. It's not just my title. It's not just the role that I play. I don't want to dumb it down and say just the role, because the role we play, they are very important. One of the roles I play, which is very important to me, a mom and a grandmother. But who is our spiritual identity? It is our divine fingerprint. Think about that. No two fingerprints are the same. You can have twins. You can be triplets, quadruplets, but fingerprints are different. So we have some divine fingerprints as it relates to our spiritual who, and the unique way that God has wired us to impact the world. We are not copycats. We are wonderfully and fearfully made. And I hope that you get that. We are wonderful and fearfully made. We are unique. We are not copycats. And I know a lot of times we see people that we admire for one reason or another. You may admire their brilliance. You may admire the way that they sing, the way that they articulate, the way that they preach, the way that they dress. But it's nothing wrong with that. But who are you? You are unique. You have a unique spiritual identity. So when you know who you are, you stop mimicking others and start moving in your own identity. You move in your own identity. You stop shrinking and start showing up. You stop second guessing and start executing. Have you ever moved in fear? You know, you have been working on a project. You know that this is what God has called you to do. And now it's time to step up to the forefront. Then you start shrinking back because you don't have confidence in yourself. You're wondering how you're going to be received. But if you knew who you were, who you are, shall I say, you won't shrink back. Even in fear, you will show up. Your who includes your spiritual gifts as well. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 8 through 11, name 9 spiritual gifts that were given by the Holy Spirit. And some of these gifts may be a part of your spiritual who. So I'm giving you the reference, 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 8 through 11. Go and check it out. And then I want to give you this reference as well, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11 and 12. There are some spiritual gifts there. Go and check it out. Now we move on to your personality. Your personality is a part of your who. Some people are introverts. Some people are extroverts. Some people are protagonists. Some people are very diplomatic. Some people are explorers. Some people are very analytic. And so that does not stop you with your personality. I just wanted to throw that out there for you. And sometimes you may see someone that's what people say, oh, she's a people person, he's a people person, and they may tell you, well, you're very shy. And so now you find yourself trying to be like somebody else, but be comfortable in your who. Remember, you are wonderfully and fearfully made. God designed you, even your personality, to be the way He wants you. Your who also includes your life experience. So think about it. What are some of your life experience? Your life experience have a way of shaping your who. Where have you worked? What do you do for work? What is your training? What is your level of experience in the workforce? What is your educational level? What is your background as it pertains to your family? Where have you lived? Do you not know the places in which you live help to influence you? What are some of the places you travel? All of that helps to shape who you are. So your experience, your life experience may not be my life experience, and my life experience may not be your life experience. Your voice, your tone, and your presence has something to do with your who. Have you ever heard somebody say, he is so loud, she is so quiet, she speaks with authority, he speaks like a mouse? Even your tone, your voice, your presence, it's how you show up. You're being real to yourself. You're being true to yourself. You're not showing up acting like, well, let me say this. Some people are chameleons. They act one way in this group and act another way in that group. So how are you showing up? You got to show up as your real self. And how do you show up as your real self? Just being you? Sometimes you have to prepare for where you're going and what you're doing. Even though you are preparing for what you're doing and where you're going, you're still preparing to show up as your real self. How you serve is how you show up as well. Your faith shall follow you when you show up. The way that you dress for any assignment, any occasion, is going to help you to show up as you. Some of those things are unspoken. Unspoken. The minute you walk through the door, by the way that you are dressed, some people are already saying, she must be a nurse. She must be a teacher. She must be a dancer. She must be. He must be. By the way you dress, silently. You never went in and said you were this. Right now, what comes to my mind, we're talking external, how you show up, and internal, how you show up. What comes to my mind, where was I coming from? I know I was coming from a ministry trip. I was sitting on the plane. I think I was coming from, where was I coming from? Tennessee, Houston, somewhere up in there. And I'm sitting in my seat, minding my business. The lady behind me, she tapped me and she say, hey, she say, are you a woman of God? And I smiled and shook my head. I said, why did you ask? She said, it's just something about you that told me you are a woman of God. So that's a part of my spiritual identity. And even on that flight, I showed up in a silent way where that lady was able to identify me. Now, here's another example. I'm working. I was a public assistant specialist. I managed a caseload, taking care of clients that needed certain services. And so I go to the lobby one day to call my client. Whatever the client name was, don't remember, just say Miss Proctor. And she came in my office. And, we do the normal thing. Hi, how are you today? Do you have your paperwork with you? And she said, can I ask you something? I said, sure. She said, are you an evangelist? I said, why do you ask? She said, because when you were standing in the entryway of the door calling me, she said, I seen a big halo over your head. She said, it was a bright light. I said, really? She says, yes. And I say, well, I'm called as a prophetess. And so even though I was at work in the last example, the first example, I was on a plane, but it's how I show up in life that was able to exude on the outside. So your voice, your tone, your presence, all of that helps to identify who you are. So again, God never creates a duplicate. Your assignment requires your full identity and not a watered down version. Now, I want to confess this. There are some times when I did water down the version of who God has called me to be. I struck back. Because, sometimes people, when you have confidence and you're not being bold, you're not being prideful, you're not being cocky, but you're just confident in who God called you to be. Sometimes people take it a whole nother way. And so sometimes I would just shrink back so that I don't appear to people that I'm being cocky, arrogant, boastful, prideful. But God had to deal with me on that. You are who I called you to be. You are who I called you to be. And if anybody have a problem with it, they need to take it up with the Lord. So now I show up real without shrinking back. So we're not going to shrink down. We're going to be bold. We're going to be loud. It doesn't mean that we are cocky, arrogant, boastful, or prideful. We're just showing up being our true self. And so your who is the foundation of your clarity. Without it, every other W will wobble. So that's why we start with who. The what, the when, the where, the why. If the who is not in place, the foundation is shaky, and every other W is wobbly. So this is why we're doing the who. When we are clear, when we gain clarity on the who, then we can move on to the what, the when, the where, and the why. Am I making sense? I hope that I'm making sense, because this is our year of clarity. This is our winning season. We're not shrinking back. We're going to go through the 5 W's. You are not random. You are not replaceable. You're not replaceable. Think about it. Even on your job, if you were replaced by somebody else, can nobody else bring what you bring to the table? Make no mistakes about it. Can nobody else bring what you bring to the table? Why? Because you are unique. So, you are not random. You are not replaceable. You are not invisible. People see you. They see you. Even if they don't say anything. There are many times, and I'm talking about recently, this year, and even last year. You know, sometimes people would contact me and say, hey, I see what you're doing. Man, that was powerful. Man, that is good. Keep doing it. And look, I didn't even know that these people see me. So don't stop what you're doing. Keep showing up, being who you are. Keep showing up for the people that God called you to. So again, you are not random. You are not replaceable. You are not invisible. You are chosen. You are chosen. Think of this in terms of us being born. When our parents got together, there were many eggs and many sperms flowing in our mom's belly, but only a certain sperm attached to that egg that created you. So you are chosen. You're not here by happenstance. You are chosen. You are equipped. You have everything you need to show up as the true you. You are called, and who you are matters. Who you are matters. There are many Karens in the world, but there's not a Karen like me. None at all. We can all be born the same year. Some of us probably was born the same day, but there's no Karen like me. There are many apostles. There are many prophets. There are many authors. And I'm saying these are the things that makes up who I am. There are many mothers. There are many sisters, many nieces, many coaches. I'm a coach. I'm a solutionist. I help people to bring clarity to their life. But there is none like me. I'm saying it loud and I'm saying it proud. So there is none like you. You are special. Your assignment is your spiritual identity, not just your role, not just your title. Simply put, it's who God called you to be. So you have to flow knowing that you are in Christ, being your true self. Your gifts, your personality, your experience shape your divine fingerprints. Clarity begins when you embrace your identity. You are chosen, you are equipped, and you are called. So I have a few minutes to take a few of your questions. Go ahead and put your questions in the chat box. Let me see if I can help you answer some of these questions that you may have pertaining to your hope. Now, don't be shy at all. Don't be shy. Step up and step out. Remember, the 5 W's Clarity Guide, a spiritual led blueprint for purpose, alignment, and execution by yours truly, Dr. Karen, is available now until tomorrow at 6 p.m. for a small price of $6. You can let me know if you want it, and I'll get it to you. And I'll put the ways in which you can pay and how you can receive it. And I want you to check if you're purchasing. If you don't see it after you purchase, check your spam folder, because you're going to leave your email, and I'll be sure to email it to you. If you don't see it in your regular email, share it in your spam folder. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share, 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 share. Sharing is caring. I need you to tag someone to tell them about the 5W 30-day clarity challenge. Again, I'm going to drop the playlist in there just in case somebody is coming on board at the end. God bless you, and I hope to see you tomorrow for day number 8. Come on, let's stick with it. Bye for now.